All right, and we back on the forecast. Now, we have to understand one of the fundamental aspects of white supremacy is emasculating the black man and putting him in a weak position where he cannot defend his own family. He cannot defend himself. That's why the #1 program in America has always been to destroy the black family. And once you emasculate a black man and take away his ability to defend his family, that leaves the whole community vulnerable. And now today, we'll be quick to defend everybody else but our own, even at our own detriment. We will fight for everybody else's rights. We will fight for everybody else's lives. But in reality, our lives don't matter to any other group but our own. Because even when we try to protect and defend others, we still always fit that description. But these others aren't going to be so quick to stand up for you. In Orlando, a brother Jah'sean Hodge was shot by Orlando police trying to protect a little girl. Now let's go back and see how this unarmed brother trying to protect a little girl ended up getting shot and killed by the Orlando police.
To the breaking news about an attack on a 9-year-old girl and an officer-involved shooting. Police say the child was stabbed multiple times and is now in the hospital.
Police say the man they think is the suspect was shot and killed by officers. Let's get you to News 6's Nadine Yanis. She is live in St. Cloud where this all happened. Nadine, first off, how's that little girl doing?
Matt, thankfully, the chief says as of right now she is in stable condition at Arnold Palmer Hospital. But I got to tell you, it was difficult to hear the injuries that she sustained in what the chief called a violent attack. A 9-year-old girl with multiple fractures and stab wounds to her face and upper body. And that is what led up to the officer-involved shooting today. So take a look at some of the video from earlier. Chief Pete Gauntlet said that this started around 1 o'clock. Police getting 2 calls about the attack of the little girl. And when they got to the scene, they say they found a man who met the description, running erratically through neighborhoods, behind houses, even burglarizing an RV park, the chief said. And when officers caught up to him, they say there was some kind of confrontation and that 2 St. Cloud officers shot the man. They tried to save his life, but he was pronounced dead at the scene right around 1 o'clock. Chief Gauntlet believing he was the one who attacked the little girl.
And we have a lot of investigating to do, and we've turned this investigation into 2 separate investigations. The St. Cloud Police Department will investigate the stabbing of this young girl, which is horrific and is not totally unacceptable in our society today.
But minutes after this news conference, a woman and some family members who say that she was the mother of the man who was shot said that this little girl was like a niece to this man. She wants more answers because she believes that there's more to this story.
That's like my son's niece. My son and this family have been knowing each other since my son was 11 years old. I want to know what happened to my son, but they're saying they can't give me any information until this is over with.
And so there's a lot of investigation happening. St. Cloud Police Chief saying there are 2 crime scenes where that little girl was attacked, and the second one, which is right behind me, where this man was shot and killed. As of right now, the FDLE is investigating this crime scene. The St. Cloud Police Department say they want to get to the bottom of who attacked that little girl as well.
Now, I don't know what was happening, but somebody ended up attacking and stabbed a 9-year-old girl, probably during a home invasion. Now, this brother, Jah'sean Hodge, happened to be over there and tried to protect her by chasing off the intruder. Now, when the police got there, they saw this brother had blood on him, and he was running, most likely chasing the person who actually did it. But of course, the police said this brother fit this notorious vague description we all seem to fit. And instead of asking questions, finding out what was going on, Officer Devin Dunn saw this brother and just decided to open fire and killed him. Now, it turns out, even though they're unrelated, this little girl was supposed to be like a niece to this brother, and he was always over their house. And the police ended up killing this unarmed brother, even though he was the wrong person.
A 9-year-old little girl stabbed in the face and neck. Police shooting and killing the suspect. Good evening. I'm Luann Sorrell.
I'm Charles Belay. Skyfox over the scene where police say they spotted the accused suspect running and covered in blood. But the family of that man and the family of the little girl stabbed say police shot the wrong guy. Fox 35's Samantha Sosa is live tonight.
Samantha, thankfully this little girl is in stable condition, but what are police saying about these allegations?
Right, Luann, we're hearing this little girl is stable, but her mom telling me she needed surgery. As for police, they're not looking for other suspects. They believe they got their guy.
The crowd calling for justice in an officer-involved shooting. Police say Officer Devin Dunn shot and killed Jah'sean Hodge last week. Investigators believe Hodge is connected to a stabbing of a 9-year-old girl. Police say right before the shooting, Hodge was covered in blood and trying to break into an RV. Protesters say the officer shot the wrong guy.
He was a victim, just like Jada Lee. Home invasion, stab, and the police shot and killed him. And we want the true story out. He was not a suspect. He was a victim. We're here fighting for justice. He was a son, a friend, a father. He left 2 children behind. And we're just here fighting. Everyone got together to fight for him.
Officer Dunn is currently on administrative leave for the duration of the investigation.
According to Officer Devin Dunn's personnel file, he's only been with the police department since December 6th of last year. And while there's no sign of discipline on his record, a summary of his work does show what his superiors call deficiencies. Documents provided to WESH 2 by the St. Cloud Police Department detail how he has hesitated in the past and has been slow to take action. The documents also state he holds back and fails to engage. But on May 5th, police say Officer Dunn did engage. This surveillance video shows the moment police say Officer Dunn fired his weapon, killing Jah'sean Hodge. Police say Hodge was suspected of stabbing a 9-year-old girl in the face and upper body. Dunn is now on administrative leave, and the shooting is being investigated by FDLE.
Now, even though both the little girl family and his brother family said it was the wrong person, the police are still calling him a suspect and saying they shot the right person. Now, I haven't heard them mention any weapon that would have been on him if he stabbed his little girl. But the police said right now they aren't even going to look for any other suspects. And even before this brother was shot and killed, the police themselves said this cop Devin Dunn had deficiencies. But then when he killed the wrong innocent black man, all of a sudden it's outstanding police work.
Protesters gather outside the St. Cloud Police Department Saturday holding up signs and demanding answers about a deadly officer-involved shooting that killed Jah'sean Hodge earlier this week.
We want justice for my cousin. He was a victim, home invasion, stab, and the police shot and killed him. And we want the true story out. He was not a suspect. He was a victim.
St. Cloud police say Hodge was a suspect in the brutal stabbing of a 9-year-old girl. When they got to the area around 3rd Street and Georgia Avenue, a neighbor's surveillance camera captured some of the confrontation that shows a man appear to be taking off running and then falling down in between 2 officers. One of those officers is Devin Dunn, who is now on administrative leave. State investigators are taking a closer look at this video, and the girl is now at Arnold Palmer Hospital. So far, police are responding to these shooting allegations by saying it's too early in their investigation to say for sure what happened.
I think that's speculation on whoever's part that is. And we have a lot of investigating to do, and we've turned this investigation into 2 separate investigations. The St. Cloud Police Department will investigate the stabbing of this young girl, which is horrific and is not totally unacceptable in our society today.
The Florida Department of Law Enforcement is looking into the shooting itself. In the meantime, family and friends of the 21-year-old say Hodge was not the person who stabbed the 9-year-old girl.
He was a son, a friend, a father. He left 2 children behind. And we're just here fighting. Everyone got together to fight for him.
Justice for Sean!
Now, of course, when it comes to the police shooting an innocent black man, it's always too early to say anything. They're always still investigating. It doesn't matter how much investigating they've done, they always find a way to charge a black man or a black woman right away. But that's a part of staying on code. And as long as they call this brother a suspect and criminalize him like they do every one of us, then they can justify their actions. Because it's harder to justify shooting an innocent man who was trying to protect the victim and chase down the real criminal, but was murdered before the cops asked any questions. But at the end of the day, we have to understand, and we cannot be afraid to protect ourselves and to defend ourselves. And even if we don't, then the same thing will keep happening. I'm more afraid not to do something than to do something. Because I know if I don't do something, then the same thing could happen to me next. Until this system is destroyed, we have to realize we are all we got. And we have to get on code like they get on code. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what kind of differences they have. They will put all that aside to keep you in your place. And until we start responding with more urgency than they do to get out of the position that we're in, then we're going to stay in this position.
Stop doing her. Why you doing her like that, though, bro? Why you doing her like that?
Put your hands behind your back.
It's a whole female.
Stop resisting. Stop resisting. God.
Yo, this is a whole female. Why you doing her like that?
Stop resisting. Put your hands behind your back. Stop resisting.
I'm behind your back right now. Look at this shit, man. Check on y'all peoples, man. Check on y'all people.
Baby, it's okay. Stop fighting.
Check on y'all peoples, man.
Put your hands behind your back.
Check on y'all people. Check on y'all people, man. Look at this shit. Look. Why you doing her like that?
Put your hands behind your back.
Why you doing her like that? Why you doing her like that? That's a whole female. That's a female. And I got it on camera. That's a female.
That's good, man. We're gonna need a copy.
No, that's not how he.
We need a copy of that.
That's not how he treat his female at home, though. He'd be in the same place. Motherfucker do his female like that. Stop doing her like that. That's a female, bro. No. Right, that's a whole female though, bro. No, bro. That's wrong. That's wrong.
We're going to jail.
That's wrong.
Stay back.
I'm cool. I ain't got no warrants. I'm cool.
Still get back, but that's
I'm gonna get back, but I ain't got no warrants. That's hella wrong. That's wrong. That's fucked up. That's wrong.
Keep walking. We get us a copy of the video.
I will give y'all a copy because that's wrong. That's wrong. It's cool. I'm gonna post it on Facebook. It'll go viral. I'm gonna post it on Facebook. It'll go viral. Look at this shit.
Manhandling her like she a whole nigga. She not no nigga, bro. That's fucked up. That's a whole female.
Have you ever seen a real rock star? It's no good guitarist, man. So
throw it. Oh wait,
yeah.
Glock, and then it's throw it. Pull it.
Yeah. Oh, I think I did. I'm so sorry.
That wasn't you. That was Brooke.
No, I was singing this. I'm so sorry.
I don't think that you said that.
I don't think. Maybe
No,
it
there
was.
was. No.
Maybe it was Patrick.
Yeah, but also it could have been the other people here.
Anyway. I said that word. I don't think I said that word, but now I'm like, oh God. I've never called anybody that.
We don't say that word. My dad would kill us.
So, y'all can think I said whatever I did or think I'm something I'm not, but I'm not that.
This man just called me a nigga. This man just called me a nigga at work.
I can fucking take yours too. Why are you taking pictures for?
Oh, you gonna be famous, man. You just called me a nigga at a state public building. Okay.
Oh my God.
You wanna apologize now? Before this go public? You about to be famous. I got you on camera calling me a nigga.
What am I supposed to do?
You wanna apologize now?
Rude.
I just asked you to move. People gotta walk through here. I said you could park right here and people have to walk through here. You just had a minute.
Tell me without taking pictures.
I took a picture because you got hostile with me, sir. And then you called me a nigga. You want to apologize?
Well, I didn't mean it. I'm an Indian. What's the difference?
Okay, but do you want to apologize?
I just did.
What did you say? You say sorry?
Yes.
Say it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Okay.
But what I mean is, it's just, okay, I'm tired of waiting for him. I'm going to go anyway.
Okay.
I'm trying to leave. And I got the super neighbor over here blocking me in. So I'm going live. This is what I'm dealing with right now. This is what I'm dealing with. This is who I'm dealing with. Napoleon, move out the way.
My name's David Stewart.
I don't care what your name is. Get out the way.
My picture, that's my name.
I don't care. Move out the way, sir. You picked the wrong day. Move out the way. Can you tell him to hang up and move so I can leave? Thank you.
Let me keep the gate code. Pound 2005.
Please hurry up so you can have this a-hole move out the way so I can leave.
I asked you one question.
No, it's none of your business, and I asked. It is not.
No, it is my business.
Why? You the mayor of the cul-de-sac?
Yeah, I'm president of the Owners Association.
Okay.
These are private streets.
And apparently you need a gate code to get in here, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So how did I get in here?
I want to know where you're going.
It was none of your business. I'm going out. That's where I'm going, but you're in my way.
I'm not arguing with you anymore.
So then move out the way then.
I'm not moving. All you have to do is tell me where you're going.
I don't have to tell you shit, and you're pissing me off. No, I don't.
He's the president of
the Homeowners Association.
He and a co-worker were making a delivery to this neighborhood here off Northeast 131st and Eastern. The person he was making the delivery to gave him a code to get through the gate.
He's literally got me blocked in.
This is cell phone video of Miller on his delivery after a man blocked his truck. The man on the video claims to be a board member of the Homeowners Association and demands to know why Travis was on his street.
I asked you one question.
No, it's none of your business. I think because I was a black man and I had another black man with me trying to leave.
Travis says he refused to answer, staying in his truck, recording on Facebook Live, as the man said he was calling the police. The entire confrontation lasting nearly 30 minutes. Travis's emotions overflowing, this incident coupled by the loss of 3 family members within a month.
I always say to myself that I'm going to come home to my wife and my kids.
The man eventually let Travis leave after confirming with another homeowner that he had just received a delivery. We reached out to the man in the video by phone and on Facebook to find out why he blocked this driver in. So far, we haven't gotten a response. As for Travis, he tells me he was overwhelmed by the outpouring of support online.
I have to. You know, that's how I was raised.
He says while this encounter was heartbreaking, he's a forgiving man.
You gonna whoop. Get out here and tell me shit. Say it. Say it out here.
You lying like hell.
You can put it on video camera. I don't care. Come on, say it. No, you come out here and tell me again you gonna whoop me. That's what I want you to do. Put it on video camera. I want you to. You said you were gonna come. No, no, you don't lie.
Man, you lying like hell, bro.
You last up and said you were gonna beat my ass. Come out here and do it. That's what I want you to do. 911.
Man, this dude straight lying, bro. On God.
Man, you know
this man lying, bro. On God. This man came out nowhere, stop cursing, bro.
One thing I don't feel is that right there. I want you to just say what you said when I was on your grass.
This man came out started.
You tell me to move. You're right. I didn't never say I wasn't. I'll move off of your grass. But you didn't have to come out there cussing me like that, like I'm some child. I ain't no little boy. I'm no little boy. I'll wait till the police come.
You can record all you want, bro.
Yeah,
I got
that's
you.
Right there.
I got
that's
you,
where
bro.
your power at right there. That's your power. That's his power. That's where your power at right there. Where you going? Man, I ain't finna waste my time with you. You got my information. You got my information. They'll find me. They'll find me. You need to get your glasses back on. Yeah, I thought you were gonna whoop my ass too.
We talked to one of the customers who took some of the photos. He tells us there were plenty of people inside the store when the man wearing the KKK hood was shopping here at the Vons on Saturday. Now, the Sheriff's Department was not called here, but they tell us they are looking into this incident.
I was shocked. It was shocking to me. That was a blatant display of racism right there.
I didn't believe it. It's like,
No, not my bonds.
Reaction from shoppers over these photos that went viral over the weekend of a man wearing a KKK mask while shopping in this Santee Vaughn store.
Everybody has a right to express themselves, but like I said, we all know what the Klan represents, and I don't think that's okay. That is not okay.
A spokesperson for Vaughn's tells News 8 the employees were shocked too, and several of them asked the man to remove the hood. She says he ignored their requests until he was in the checkout area. Santee Mayor John Minto says this person does not represent Santee. He told us this over the phone.
It's sad when somebody goes out there and wears a symbol of hatred. You know, being ignorant in public is not against the law, but it should be in some cases.
The San Diego County Sheriff's Department confirms detectives are looking into the incident and, quote, will pursue any appropriate criminal charges. Meanwhile, the San Diego Anti-Defamation League says incidents of hate are on the rise. Regional Director Tammy Gillies.
San Diego is better than this, and that we have to stand up for each other. We have to be allies to each other.
Shoppers like Jennifer Matarazzo say with everything going on right now, this is the last thing grocery store employees should have to deal with.
And the store employees are having a hard enough time as it is. You know, my family works for the grocery industry as well, and I wouldn't appreciate my daughter having to deal with that either. It's just not okay. You can say what you want to say, but don't come in there with that on.
And the Sheriff's Department is reaching out to the public about this incident. They are asking anyone with information to contact them.
The police chief and the sheriff say they were told the block party was a memorial for a man murdered years ago, that organizers had a permit. They say there was no permit and that there was no mention of a memorial in the advertisement.
To wave the race card around is a coward's way of saying this was out of control. This was an embarrassment.
Volusia County Sheriff Mike Chitwood, DeLand Police Chief Jason Umberger say they got wind of the party in the predominantly African-American community of Spring Hill through this flyer, which makes no mention of a memorial. For much of the day, though large, it was generally peaceful. As day turned to night.
The thing that initially started was a deputy got a rifle pointed at him. And that's when I think the whole dynamic changed.
Get back! You got a gun! Get back! You understand me? Get back! Get back!
Investigators say 95% of attendees were out to have a good time, but a small number, particularly those from out of county, caused chaos, they say. Law enforcement witnessed the rifle incident, a handgun being passed around.
You had 5% that was out there inciting a riot, carrying firearms, selling drugs, and destroying the community, the quality of life for the community.
A DeLand police officer was struck in the head by a glass jar. A VSO deputy was struck with a bar stool, and another sustained a leg injury.
Meantime, officials say the party was moving from place to place, endangering motorists, pedestrians. Officials say pop-up parties occur regularly in Spring Hill, usually without issue. This one, they say, took a different turn. With weapons and drugs recovered, 7 arrests.
You're out there doing your job. You need to get support from the community, black, white, brown, or yellow. It doesn't matter what color or what happened out there. It was wrong.
Officials say clearly the event was not a great example of social distancing, but law enforcement officials say they can't force folks to stay apart, only to obey the law. In DeLand, Volusia County, Claire Metz, WESH 2 News.
Officers admit that there has been a historical mistrust of police in the Spring Hill community. They say they have been working on restoring that, but that this event shows that more dialogue is needed.
Tonight, the police commissioner is responding to accusations that the NYPD has a racial double standard in enforcing social distancing. The outcry coming after several videos showing people of color in violent confrontations with police. CBS 2 has learned that according to NYPD records, the majority of those who've been ticketed and sent to court over social distancing are black and Hispanic. Still, Commissioner Dermot Shea says it is not about race.
No one is talking about the disparity of the last 10 homicide victims in New York City. We have had death threats on police officers in New York City and their families. Over 10-second videos where the police officers are dealing with individuals that, quite frankly, fight not with the police department, they fight with everyone.
Brooklyn Borough President Eric Adams says something needs to change here.
I would hope that they don't get on the defense, but get on the offense to stop an over-aggressive behavior by some police officers. The goal of saving a life can't come in a package of destroying a life.
Adams, a former NYPD captain, added that any threats to the police are unacceptable.
You have a fucking license. Okay. I want you to go to fucking license.
Do you want to see it? Do you want to see it?
I want to see it.
Wow.
Fucking stupid bitch. God,
no,
fuck
I'm
you,
done,
man.
babe.
Man, fuck
I'm done.
you fucking cunt bitch. I'll fuck you up. I'm telling you now.
Don't
I
do that.
will fuck you up. I will fuck you up.
No, you've got two. You've got 2 crimes.
You up.
Assault.
I will fuck.
Assault.
I don't fucking care. I'll fuck you
Assault.
up. You fucking bastard.
Baby, I was taking a video.
You fucking cunt. You bastard bitch. That's a bastard dog.
Oh, now I'm a kafir. Wow.
Why we should continue allowing you to operate in the city when you are showing apartheid, stopping blacks from doing business in here. Okay?
Yeah, this I know understand. This is English. Yeah.
Whoever understand English have taken our council license and we are going to write to you. We are revoking them. No business here. You are closed now.
Yeah, no.
Because
Yes, no.
not even Chinaman here. The one you were cutting was where?
No, this one brother. No.
No cutting here, brother. Go and cut here at home. You are closed now.
Yeah, this no problem.
Yes, already closed.
Yeah, already closed.
But also if it's closed, what are you doing inside?
For me and this family and for this here cooking. Me home no for this cooking.
Close. I'm coming back in 1 hour. If I find you, I'll get you arrested for operating illegally because our license we have taken. Because you are discriminating blacks and closing and only attending to Chinese and stopping blacks. You lie that you've closed, but you are doing business here with Chinese. There's no segregation. This license doesn't permit you. And also putting the prices in Chinese is illegal. Put in English. If you want, put in Nyanja. This is not Wuhan.
As nations around the world try to prevent the spread of coronavirus, a side effect of the illness is growing. Discrimination of people based on race. Rami Inocencio reports.
This sign at a McDonald's in China said black people are not allowed to enter. Africans have been detained by police in the southern city of Guangzhou to fear they're spreading coronavirus. Some forced to sleep on the street after getting evicted from their homes. In response, officials have said, in effect, that racism does not exist in China.
Beijing is shooting itself in the foot.
Dr. Adams Bodomo is one of the world's leading experts on China-Africa relations.
China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs has said that there is no racism in China. What do you make of that?
There is this denial about race. Of course, there is racism.
And it's not just people with dark skin who are targeted.
My family is inside eating lunch.
This mixed-race family was split apart at a restaurant.
I need to stay outside because I'm a foreigner.
You're no more likely to carry the virus or be responsible for the virus based on your race, ethnicity, or national origin.
Cynthia Choi is co-executive director of Chinese for Affirmative Action.
We vehemently condemn that, just in the way that we condemn the kind of anti-Asian racism that we're experiencing here in the United States.
In the U.S., the number of reported cases against Asian Americans has been rising. Since March, more than 1,700 reports have been filed, with women being targeted more than men. Like this attack in New York, when an Asian American woman was allegedly targeted for not wearing a mask. Just one in a string of racially driven incidents taking place not just at home, but around the world.
Come here. You remember her? And here's what I'm going to tell you. Where's the owner at, first and foremost? You're speaking English. Where's the owner? Let me tell you something. No, you don't get me because I ain't said it yet. If I were you, I'd be quiet and let me talk. Do you understand me? Yes or no? Yes. All right. Here's what I'm going to say. This week, there was a 12-year-old girl that came in here and bought a tobacco product from you. I'm talking. When I get done talking, you can talk. A 12-year-old girl came in here and bought a tobacco product from you. You sold it to her. This young lady came in and challenged you about it. What you did was you came from around here
Try to take her phone. Let me talk. And then you grabbed her by her face. Yes or no? Why? Why did you touch her? You did touch her. No, you touched her. I'm going to tell you this. Your ass got to go. I want the owner's phone number. I want it right now. You never put your hands on a black woman in our community. And also, you do not sell tobacco products to children. Do I make myself clear? Do I make myself clear? You put your hands on this woman, this queen from our community, and then you're going to sell tobacco products to children. No, you talking to me. Don't talk to her. We're about to shut you down. Oh, yeah, we're about to shut you down. I want the owner's name and number right now. Write it down. Yes, and his phone number. Or better yet, call him. You gotta go. How dare you disrespect women and children from our community? You're selling tobacco to 12-year-old women, children, and then you're gonna grab her? Man, stop it. The police have already been here, man. I know what I'm talking about. Tell them we are the original Black Panthers of Milwaukee. Give me the phone. Give me the phone. Give me the phone. Hello, who am I talking to? Hello? Yeah, this is King Rick from the original Black Panthers of Milwaukee. We got an issue with your employee in the store right now. Your employee this week sold tobacco to a 12-year-old child, and then he assaulted a black woman who charged him up about it. The police have been here. Listen, man. You're talking to King Rick from the original Black Panthers. You don't know who I am? Don't put me on hold. Fuck you. You playing. No, there's no sorry. You gotta go. I want you to write the owner's name and number down on a piece of paper. Don't let nobody in this door. And then you're gonna assault this young lady? What is his name? Dang.
It's right there. The Chagra said.
Where is it at?
Right there in the corner.
Bashar, I go. If I come back here and you're still working here, it's gonna be a fucking problem. Do I make myself clear? Yes or no? Yes or no? Do you speak English? You heard what I said. Do I make myself clear? Yes or no? Let's go.
Hey guys, going on a nice leisurely jog here in the south, in a suburb, carrying a TV and perfectly safe. Wonder why that is. I run with a mod. All right, I figured it out. I got my hat on backwards. I'm shirtless, like I'm on some episode of Cops. I'm running with the TV. Someone's gonna stop me now for sure. Because if not, what was the problem with the mod?